Hello, went back and had a look at something I uploaded about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I was looking at the surrounding photographs, which I think is always a good idea, because where you find one object of interest, you might find another, around about the same time period. So basically I was looking at a lot of Mars photographs, particularly of the one that I called Mars Gun. Originally I didn't call it Mars Gun, but a lot of people said it looks like a firearm. So I went back, because I've obviously still got the link, and had a look, and I discovered this, which is a matter of a few yards away from what I called the Mars Gun eventually. And if you notice, it looks like some sort of either habitat or craft, and very, very smooth in outline, with what appears to be a sort of entrance or exit at the back. On the top you can see a sort of smooth fin type affair, and I'm sorry it's not a better photograph. It's the best I could do with the photographs that they put up. What I do think though is that when the rover spots something like this, it should pop up and have a closer look, but they don't tend to do that. So I'm sort of querying what the real purpose is of, the Mars rovers. Is it to discover life on Mars, or is it to discover life on Mars for some of them but not everybody? And that's probably more likely, because if there was a disclosure going on in any aspect worldwide, there would be mass panic, and we all know that, and that's why they don't do it. Because originally I think they were going to do it, but somebody put a halt to that, and that's why I don't think you'll ever get full disclosure. But I've seen enough things on various things, sites on the internet and in real life, to convince me that there's we don't even get the tip of the iceberg. We just get nothing, and it's as simple as that. Because if we were out of control and panicking, etc., they couldn't control us anymore. It's that simple. We know that where we live. We just don't have a voice. It's pretty pathetic, really. Anyway, it might change, it might not. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I've been talking about, and you can give me some feedback later on. Now, this is the Mars Gun, if you like, if you want to call it that. It's possibly a rock, but it's quite a funny shape for a rock. I mean, you can see it's got a hand grip, it's got a trigger, it's got a muzzle, it's got a lot of things that a gun would have. Now, the odds of that happening on a rock are probably about 10,000 gazillion to 1, but I still got slagged off for posting it. I mean, by people who should know better, but they don't want disclosure. Basically, they just like to call me bad names. So that aside, I just ignore these folk, because they're a pain in the what, and they're not even worth thinking about. So I will continue to post stuff that I find, and they can go and take a run and jump, as they say. Anyway, enough of me ranting on, but occasionally I got a let off steam, because quite frankly, I'm thinking to myself, why am I still doing this? My channel is so small, it's barely getting any views, and I see others getting millions of views for complete rubbish, and it really pees me off, it does. And I thought, and I was looking at UFO Lou in Australia, and the amount of work he puts in to getting brilliant videos of stuff flying through the sky and his night vision equipment, and he's still sitting at 18,000 or 17,000 subscribers. Complete nonsense. People just don't want the truth, in my opinion. They just don't. And when the shit hits the fan, there's going to be a lot of crybabies. Now, this is immediately next to what we're calling the Mars Gun. It's a very unusual shaped object. Part of it seems to have structure, and part of it seems to have been blasted with something round here. But if you look up above, it looks like a construction here with what appears to be windows, etc. So my guess when I originally found this was that had originally been some sort of escape pod, etc. It might not be, I don't know. But what I did was I took that picture and I did a mirror image of it and put it together, and it looked like some sort of craft which had been, as I say, blasted. If you look here, just where I'm pointing now, you can see some sort of mark, whatever that is, I don't know. Very difficult to see. These photographs are very grainy. They could have used better cameras. They probably have got better cameras up there, but we don't get to see them. I mean, it'd be stupid to spend millions and millions of dollars on a trip to Mars without putting the latest HD cameras up there. Even, you know, in the last few years. I mean, I had an HD camera years ago. Yes, I should use it, I know, but I'm still looking for it. It's somewhere around the house. So this video is just a rant, really. It is. It's just a rant because I'm getting to the stage now where I'm really fed up. You know, I'm putting things up, maybe get 3,000 or 4,000 views, and then people don't bother anymore. And I thought, well, I'm wasting my time. You know, really, I'm wasting my time. You know, and some folk are saying great stuff, and other folks are calling me for whatever, you know, and I'm thinking there's no point to this because one, it's only YouTube, two, it's not an official thing, it's just stuff that I find. I do it because I enjoy doing it. This is something that's quite close to the other objects, and I haven't a clue what it is, but it stands out like a sore thumb. It's silver in appearance, as you can see, and shiny, quite big, possibly the size of a large book or whatever. I'm just estimating from the photograph. I tried turning it around a few ways to see if it made any sense, because if you do turns around sometimes you can see something, but no, so I haven't got a clue what that is. It's a very smooth looking silver object, and I haven't got a Scooby-Doo of what it is, not at all. Okay, so basically these are the things I was going to show you. You know, I mean, that looks built to me, as I said earlier, and when you look at how close that is, there's the gun down at the left there, and there's this other thing. Now, two very strange looking objects that close to each other. How many feet's that? You know, not a lot. That could be something. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying this is a spaceship and that's a gun. I'm saying it could be something, because I'm basing it on the probability thing, where what's the probability of catching on a Mars photograph? I mean, if you deal in probabilities, then you know, you can't say empirically that is a spaceship and that's a gun next to it. You can only. I still think this is worthwhile research, you know. So let's have a last wee look at what we're calling Mars gun. I mean, I dare say it could be just a rock, but I mean, as I say, there's millions to one odds on a rock being shaped like that. You know, I'm going to do my wee pointy mousy thing here now. Look, where the bullets come out, hand grip, base, bit where you tie a lanyard. I don't know much about guns, by the way. And there's a trigger. I don't know what this thing is here. Maybe it's broken, I don't know. Anyway, when I discovered this originally, I just about fell off my chair and posted it. It didn't get an awful lot of views because all the trolls came out en masse and tried to take the piss out of me. But I thought, well, that actually, even if I say it myself, is quite a good find. And I posted it, but at the time I didn't have an awful lot of subscribers, and you know, people, you know, some people did say well done and everything, but like I said earlier, it's maybe just a rock, but then to be that shape, and I mean, people will spend all day finding reasons for it not to be a gun, right? We accept that, but the fact that I'm showing it to you means that you've seen it. You wouldn't have seen it at all had I not found it. It's that simple. Do you want me to continue? If so, will you please share my videos, because I'm not getting an awful lot of views at all and I'm wasting my time, and I won't do that for much longer. I really won't, because I've got the rest of my life to live and I just want to get on with things, you know. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that, and I wish everybody the best. Bye for now.